Beowulf lines 94 to 98 are a good illustration of how the dative case is frequently used in Old English poetry. As explained in the Introduction to Old English, section 15.2.2, the dative is frequently used without a preposition in places where modern English requires one. There are 3 such datives in this passage. I sette sigredig sunnan an månan leman to leifte landboendum, and gefratwade foldan kärtas demum and lervum, liv erkeshup, kunne jehulchum tarathe quicke huirvath. Let's start by finding the subject of the first clause. It's the nominative adjective sigredig, referring to God. Next the verb sette, which here comes in one of its standard positions at the beginning of the clause just before the subject. Next the accusative object leman. Sunnan and monan are often interpreted as accusatives in variation with leman, but we'll take them as genitives modifying leman. This poet loves his genitives. The prepositional phrase with dative, to leifte, should give you little difficulty if you remember that to is often translated as. Finally, we have a dative plural without a preposition, landboendum. Let's translate these sentence elements. The one glorious in victory, established, the light of the sun and moon as illumination, I choose this word to avoid sounding repetitious, dwellers in the land. Obviously, there's something missing in our translation, a preposition. Those commonly used in translating the dative include to, for, with, by, and about. Which would you choose? If you need to think about it, pause the video. As you've probably already decided, the best choice is for. In the next clause, the subject is unexpressed because it hasn't changed. It begins with the conjunction ond, just as a similar modern English clause would begin with and. In fact, the word order of this clause is just about the same as that of modern English. Verb gefratwade, genitive foldan, which modifies kärtas, and then the dative plural lemum and lervum. The translation and adorned the earth's surfaces, limbs and leaves. Again, we need to choose a preposition to go before limbs and leaves. What would you choose? Probably with is the best choice. The next clause begins with an accusative object, followed by an adverb and the verb. For idiomatic modern English, we need to rearrange it. Adverb erk, verb yeshop, object leaf. Then a noun phrase containing the dative pronoun jehulchum. Then an adjective clause beginning with the relative pronoun tarathe. As explained in Introduction to Old English, section 5.5, genitive plural thara points backward out of the clause. It agrees with genitive plural kunna and associates the adjective clause with that word. Let's translate word for word. Also, created, life, of the kinds, each. Of the kinds is the partitive genitive, which you'll see a lot with the word jehulch, each, and similar words like alch, each, and sum, some. More often than not, the genitive will come first, as here, but we must rearrange for modern English, each of the kinds. Then the adjective clause, that alive go about, rearranged, that go about alive. Once again, we need a preposition for the phrase, each of the kinds. What shall it be? For is a good choice. So here's our translation of the passage. The one glorious in victory established the light of the sun and moon as illumination for dwellers in the land, and adorned the earth's surfaces with limbs and leaves, also created life for each of the kinds that go about alive.